Gitner Yom Tov. So we're heading into the Seder night. Seder night it's about the matzah, it's about everything. But really, one of the doors, one of the main doors to enter in from is from the matzah. And the matzah has a very interesting and delicate process, which is, we're talking here about the way it's done. We're going to start from bottom up. The way it's done is medafas kneten with the same finger. We're working the flour and the water. We're working it with the 10 fingers, which is the Essa spheres, and it's really once again, to tune into to the technology that we are tapping into over here. We live in such modern times in 2024, Tafshin Pei Dalit, and it's all very sophisticated, and it's really where sophistication it's playing itself out. Where you see technology, cars are not what they used to be. Nothing is what they used to be. Everything is made in China and made out of plastic, and finding other ways of manipulating any type of any type of realness, any type of realness. So the matzah is done with the 10 fingers, the Essa spheres going into working the flour, which is chita, which is the chav beis oises, the 22 letters. And really the visual is, it's almost like letters, sometimes you see a group of like birds are flying in the sky, and then they move position, they shift, they go back and forth, which is the one from the back all the way at the end is at the top, and then the one at the top ends up at the bottom, and then so on and so forth, and then the middle comes up. And the letters work the same way. There's different ways of different um, processes of how to use the letters. There is the aleph to taf, and then there's the taf to the aleph, and then there's atbash, and then there's all types of combinations where the aleph changes with the taf, and then the base changes with the sheen, and there's different types of systems of how the letters work, and then each letter itself opens up. The aleph is aleph lamed pei, the lamed is lamed mem dalet, and the mem is mem mem, and then so on and so forth. So we're talking here about in each combination and each whenever these letters are settling, there is a creation, and then while they're moving there's also creations happening. So there's different levels of bria, different vibrations of bria that are taking place from within the process of something being created. That's like a shindalit is something that is was done ben hashmashes, and it didn't have time to finish the body for it, so to speak. So their ruach were out of body. So on and so forth, and throughout our process of evolution that we've been evolving for 6,000 years, according to our Torah, there is, we find ourselves in the middle of a process where it's you don't see the full picture because it's not the full picture. You're caught in a you're becoming mindful while in the middle of the process, and something is stepping on your toe. So that is but we need to look at what's happening and what's taking place, so we can be more forgiving and enter in the space of the process, where is not to take it personal and look for the results. This kid asked me, if we are doing today, we do a siyam because the Bechayrim have to fast, and we're doing a siyam. So can we do the same thing to avoid the fast? Can we do the same thing in Kippur? Can we do the same thing in Kippur? Can we do a siyam and you don't have to fast? And of course, it's it's a funny concept, but the answer is that's what the Pesach is all about. It's about the kids asking the questions, and the kids, we know it's not just about the kids, it's about the kid inside of us on every level. Like, why is this happening? Why am I going through this? And asking the question of the manashtana, which um, takes us into, first of all, the simple answer is Avada Miyin Elefadu B'Mitzrayim, which is that the Jews, the Yidden, were enslaved by Parah Mitzrayim, which is a consciousness that we were enslaved by. And when that thing called Yisrael is enslaved, the whole world is in darkness, the whole world is dim, and there's a cloud. And by this this consciousness, this moichan opening up and giving birth to itself, oila ba aser, going into ba aser, when this thing starts expanding, then there is light and there's creativity coming in everywhere, because it's not a matter of who is bigger and who is, it's not, that's not how we look at it. We look at it as the responsibility of each creation, that what each creation has in to participate in this world. The animals, the cow is chewing the grass and he's moving stuff that way to for the soil, and everything is moving in a process of growth, of evolution. And so too we have a responsibility. It's a big responsibility of being mindful of what it is that needs to be done. What's your job? What is it that you need, and what is it that we need, that you need to do over here? And when we're going into to the Seder night, is we're going deeper and deeper and deeper as these oisirs are being turned and mixed and turned. We go to a place of, usually when we have a breakthrough, when it lands, it gets met with a lot of chametz, a lot of resistance, and a lot of whatever it is, whatever the resistance is, jealousy, taiva, or simply not able to process it. But when we're going into, there's a very strong yesod, a very powerful yesod, which is the matzah, which is the matzah that was done without any chametz, without any inflation or any inflammation. Then it's able to land to the core of what it is. And what is the core? And back to the arba yesodas, the four elements, the four grounding wires, elements of what's holding this bria in Welt, which is Eish Aver Ruach Maim, Eish Maim Ruach Aver, which is the four elements, is going into a place of manashtana, Tola Eretz Al Belima, going into a place of where we're becoming aware, we're giving birth to this new understanding that we are a yesh ma'ayin, that we are literally created out of nothing. Out of nothing means that it makes no sense. If chemically you take the body and do reverse engineering, you will get to a place where Atkan, and from there, and then what? And then what? What happened then? And there is no answer to that. And that's where scientists would say the Big Bang, and we're going to say Manashtana, where we're getting into Melech Malcham Lachem. We're tapping into the whole system, the whole process of the body being here, us being in this place and this type of existence, is to get to the place of Manashtana, to get to the place of nothingness, to get to the place of Amuna. And that is the trick, kind of the game, not a trick, the game that we're playing, Makas B'chayres, where there was a Makas B'chayres, but really what that is triggering is for us to tap into the birth of the B'char. And in nowadays, when there is no carbonis and there is no Makas B'chayres that happens in a physical, that's happening in a physical manner, because that already happened. The Shibud Haguf, the enslavement of the body, was in Egypt, and now there is enslavement of the mind, the heart, and the mind. So, where's the Makas B'choris within us? Where's the Makas B'choris? Where am I so unbelievably stuck that I can't get ahead of myself? I can't get out of my own way. I can't get out of my own way. Don't know which way to swim. And that is Pesach night, where drinking the four cups, eating the matzah and the mutter and the whole seder is activating something that we are shutting down the system so this new technology can come online. After going through the B'dikas Chametz, which is, going in with the candle underneath where the wires are crisscrossed, where there's the corruption in the system, and bringing the fire to that. There is no work that needs to be done. Just by doing it, and that the work is done for itself. The Melech Malcham Malcham is doing the work for us. We're being facilitated by Creator. It's not that far fetched. Like we're looking for something like who is Abishter, who is this thing, what's happening. It's happening. It is happening. This is the process that we're in, that we're stepping into. Especially when we're going into Shmira Mashas Ketzira, which is that the matzah is a process. This type of food is something that is from the moment it's being cut, it's watched, and it's special mindfulness on it. and this is what we're ingesting, and this is what gives us the koyach to start speaking this new language. Once we eat the chitim and we eat the dog, and we can start speaking this new language. So yeah, different space. Yeah, and also an important visualization is that this koyach is landing. It's coming into the world. It's coming into the house. It's coming in everywhere. First, it starts with the body, and then the whole house. It's happening everywhere. Wherever there is no chametz, like we put the blood on the door in Mitzrayim, and Hashem knew to skip over, to hop over. Wherever there is the chametz was cleaned and sold and everything, there is no chametz in the house because everything is it was batel and mavutel, and everything was burned, whatever was burned, and the rest is sold. So it's not in our tchum and our daladamas and our energy field. So when this amuna is landing, when this yichud is happening, it's happening in the whole house. Everything gets like a cleansing. Everything gets recharged. The whole house, the whole space, everything, our whole existence. And then, of course, that we're doing the actual taking in the matzah. And so wherever you go, you become a beacon. You become a light that lights up this awareness. And remember that you planted the seeds already on Purim. And so everything is aligning and everything is clicking in this Rosh Hashanah for the neshamas. So yeah, going into one of the things to pay attention is one of the four elements is that we're programmed that there has to be a certain nervousness and a certain anxiety building up, leading up to the Seder, and it's almost like ingrained. It's ingrained within us to what are you doing, where are you going, the pressure of what's going on. If not, that's fine, but that is in the elements. That's in the Yesodis. It's a part of the Yesod, and it comes from Mitzrayim. When we went out of Mitzrayim, it was in a rush. It was pressured. It was heavy. We had to go right now and grab your bags and go. And there was a lot of pushing and shoving. But going out of this gullus right now that we're at, and we're definitely, it's happening. We're moving out. This is not. You can't muscle your way out of this. We have to take ownership, go inside, and you have to individually. You have to have your own geula, find your Mashiach within you, activate your Mashiach within you, and then we meet. We meet together, click, click, and we start meeting and creating a network, of mindfulness, of oneness, yechida, and Beis Hamikdash. That's the Beis Hamikdash. So yeah, yeah. So we have this, yeah, letting go, and when we're dealing with the four elements, I know I touched on it yesterday, but I was a bit rushing through it. Um, when we're talking about the four elements, we're dealing with something that's very edel, which means if you straighten out this beach sand, and you see sometimes this machine runs over it to straighten it, to smoothen out the top layer. When you do just that, even going over with a brush, with a broom on top of it, automatically everything falls in place from the top, and it starts triggering a reaction because it's very small and very edel. It has a lot of bittel. It's offer. All right, offer has bittel. Yes, of course it has bittel. It's offer ve'efer. It has a lot of atzvas there too, but that's only when it enters the body. So this is the process. It's not. We're talking about b'dikas chametz is a very delicate process. It's done with a feather. It means that it's not an aggressive process. It's internal. It's an internal process. It's going inside and noticing where am I? Where am I holding? Where do I feel that when I press that button, I feel that resistance or that lack of or that desire of too much and not able to ground my tremendous will and kindness. Maybe sometimes it's an abundance, it's unhealthy. But when we're dealing with the four elements, it's an edel process. Not much has to be done. It's literally brushing over it, which is sitting down by the seder, drinking the cup of wine, and the work is done. The work is done. The intention and the work is done. It's happening. So just everybody should have, wishing everybody, including myself, have a kosher freilich and Pesach. It should be really a Pesach where we are able to see the sky and the sea split. Right? It's not. It happened. It already happened once. The sea split, and now the vibration of that, and then the sky split too by Matan Torah. So it already happened. All we have to do is to create the space to allow it to penetrate that vibration to come through us, and that lightning and that thunder and all that should penetrate through us just the way the sand changes the dynamic of what's going on underneath by simply brushing over it. Have an awesome Pesach and Hatzlacha Rabba on your journey. And see you on the other side. Good Yom Tov.